The first-person shooter genre. It originated in the early 90s and has since become one of the most popular genres in all of gaming. As time goes on, the mechanics change and kids are now calling the original style boomer shooters. Developed by Metacore Vaporware and published by Movie Games SA, Beyond Sunset takes the retro first-person shooter look and gameplay and adds some adventure and RPG elements into the mix. Does this shooter hit its mark or will it be missed? Let's find out. Hey, before that, why don't you give our Patreon a shot over at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. Gain Discord access, exclusive live streams, early ad-free shows, a brand new podcast, and so much more. Your community is waiting. In Beyond Sunset, players control Lucy, a street samurai, as she goes on a variety of different missions in cyberpunk environments. There is a highly contagious disease that is turning people into violent mutants. This leads to parts of the city being put under quarantine. You'll need to unlock certain areas before accessing them to get keys from non-playable characters, but you'll also be unlocking a ton of gates using computer terminals. Talking to non-playable characters can net you intel relevant to your mission, as well as side quest opportunities where you can earn money, weapons, and access more areas. The game begins with a tutorial that teaches you the basics of the gameplay, where you will learn some skills like deflecting bullets with a sword, using a powerful attack that can break through an enemy's defense, or even using an air dash for long-distance platforming. Make sure to remember these moves because they are a core part of the gameplay. After you finish the tutorial, you're sent on your first mission by a hooded figure named Raven, not like that wrestler Raven, totally different person. Should you succeed, you are accepted to work for the powerful Yuri. As you search through the city for your target, you encounter both human and robot characters who react to you differently depending on whether they recognize you as a street samurai and what you reveal to them about yourself. There are also enemies who attack you on sight, but you will be able to recognize these enemies by their appearance once you get used to them. Defeating baddies gives you money that can be spent at terminals for stat upgrades, so money functions in a similar way to experience points. There are ammo drops from certain foes, and you'll discover other weapons and ammo through exploration. Once you obtain the plasma gun, it becomes your basic gun that you can fire pretty quickly, but also has a charge shot that does more damage and is capable of removing enemy shields. Then there's an attack called a power kill that can be used when close to an enemy to break their guard, though it has a cooldown period before you can use it again. The bullet deflection ability is particularly useful. It's sometimes easier to use your sword to send enemy bullets back to them instead of shooting, especially in situations where enemies are on high ground and they're sniping at you. There are health restoration pickups scattered throughout, and ATMs act as save points where you'll respawn when you die. In the game's current early access state, however, an attempt to load a save from the menu will bring you to a command prompt screen. This is why early access exists, to play the game and let the developers know what works and what doesn't. Aside from that, I haven't encountered any other bugs in the game, though this is a major one that will hopefully be fixed soon. The in-game map has an interesting feature in that it not only shows your current location, but also the direction you're facing. You can change the direction you will face while accessing the map, which is nice because retro-style FPS games can involve going through many similar-looking corridors, so making sure you're facing the right direction is quite helpful here. Beyond Sunset so far successfully captures the look and feel of a mid-90s first-person shooter, and also incorporates adventure game and RPG elements in a way that makes it feel like something new. The pixel art and the Synthwave soundtrack are both well done and give the game a nice cyberpunk meets retro feel. I would recommend playing this one on a keyboard and mouse myself because the default controller settings don't have buttons assigned to use certain abilities that you will need to use in this game. The game plays well otherwise, and it can be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to what comes next because it seems very promising from what I've played.